Hey everyone, it's your host Christopher with Toogaloon Outdoors. Today I'm going to be working on my 1963 Biscayne wagon, so hopefully y'all do stick around and enjoy the video. Alright guys, so just to clear the air, Toogaloon Outdoors is not changing to a strictly automotive channel. It's just that my brother and I, we're just kind of like a jack of all trades. We all work on different things, and especially automotive stuff. So hopefully y'all don't mind it. I don't think y'all really do, because you know it's still just a good content. We do plan to stick to our original selves and stay fishing, stay hunting, doing reviews especially. I know a lot of y'all really enjoy my the trail camera reviews that I do, but right now it's not really hunting season. I haven't had a chance to go back down to the spot that I hunt to put up my cameras, so we just gotta wait and hold this one out. But the goal for today is to fix my door handle on my wagon. I keep having an issue where I'll press it in. I'll show you a clip right now where I press it in and it just doesn't want to open. And the reason being is the latch mechanism inside is messed up. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you how I go about slowly taking it apart without having to take the whole door mechanism out, essentially. So hopefully y'all do enjoy this video. I know it's not what we normally do, but I spent a few hours last night looking and could not find a single video to help me. So I know there's other people out there in the world that have the 63 or 60 through 64 Impala that might run into the same issue. So I'm just trying to help everyone out. So hopefully I do enjoy this video, and let's get started. Alright guys, so what tools you are going to need isn't a whole lot. What you're going to need is a 7/16 wrench, a Phillips, a hand file. You may or may not need this. I'll show y'all where later. A flashlight for sure, and then you may need a set of channel locks. And then later, once we get it out, you're going to need some liquid wrench, which is white lithium grease, and some brake cleaner. So let's get started. So the first thing I like to do is make sure that there isn't a lock mechanism on top, and by that I mean like a little knob or something. If there is, just unscrew it. Not a big deal. And then where we're going to start out first is actually right here with these latch screws. And actually, I'm missing one, which isn't a big deal. You only really need two just to keep it secure in place. I'll try to move y'all so I can see a little bit better. Like that. Sorry about that. And essentially what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to try to unscrew these without stripping them. This is a little bit of a challenge, and that's what we got channel locks for. So I'm just pushing and trying to twist at the same time. As y'all can see, it's not wanting to move for me. So what I'll do is I'll grab my channel locks. And I know some of you are probably cringing right now, like, no, don't do that, but it's what works for me, so. And boom, just like that, we got it loose. I'm just gonna unscrew it. Alright guys, so after some, I guess we'll say persuasion, after you persuade it enough, it'll come out. So once you get it out, the next key thing, ow gosh man, there we go. The next key thing, if you got a door latch, take it off, or a door handle, so sorry, take it off, and start loosening up your door level, or door handle mechanism. There we go. Which is just going to be three bolts right here. Don't lose them. You're going to need them. And then you got one more right here. That's the bolt right here is actually for your window. I just take it out because I feel it makes it a little bit easier. Does it really? I don't know. It's just what I think. So once you get it out, I'm gonna leave this one in for now. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it in. So now once you get it out, with a little charismatic persuasion, like so, you'll get this off. And really the only thing it is, here, I'll bring it up closer. Really the only thing it is, as y'all might be able to see, you have a let me move y'all so y'all can see it. We've got a two kind of level thing, and that's the only thing that holds this on. That and this piece right here. So this would clip onto this. Matter of fact, I'm gonna try to put it back on right now so I don't lose it. So it clips on over top of this, and that's what holds this guy like this. So as you turn it, it moves like that. So that's how you get this part undone right here. Next, we're gonna have to slowly work on the inside to get everything out at once. Well, that's not supposed to fall out like that. That ain't good. Not really, it's not a big deal. The only thing that needs to happen is we gotta just put it back on where it goes. That may happen. If it does, don't worry, don't cry. Everything will be all right, I promise. So now is when you need your light. It's not really like a great spot to put it. Just try to put it somewhere to where you can see. And what I like to do first is I like to go here. I don't know if y'all can see me or not. What I like to do first is I like to take this here part out where your latch is, and your lock up top will start to fall too. Now on the inside, where your lock for your door key is, you're gonna have to finagle it. I'll try to get it to where y'all can see it. Oh, sorry. So way back in there, that guy right there. Oh, sorry, it's losing focus. Come on, focus. That guy right there, you need to try to get him off that lock. Right there. As y'all can see, right here, that little lip, that's going to be the lock for it. Oh, I know y'all don't want to stare at my beard like that. Sorry. So you're going to have to try to finagle it and get that off. On the back side of it, there is a two-pronged mechanism that keeps it locked in. On the other side, I was able to just pop it through with my finger, which I don't think I'm gonna be able to on this one. So what you'll need is you're gonna need a flat tip. Sorry, I didn't tell you earlier. You're gonna need a flat tip screwdriver. I happen to have one on my Leatherman. But if you don't have a Leatherman on the standby, then grab one. I'll make sure to list it in the front or in the beginning of this video. And essentially what you're going to try to do is you're just going to try to carefully peel. What am I getting called on? Is it just you? Yeah, okay, so it is just you. So what you got to try to do is, since that's a lock, the lock itself is kind of like a can I see it on this side? Yeah, I can. Okay, so I'll show you what the lock looks like. Oh, boom, perfect right there. Sorry, I'm trying to do my best here, guys. So this is the lock. As y'all can see, let me grab the flashlight. Make this a little bit easier for y'all. Y'all see how it has like these two lips, and then the actual spot that it slides in has a cut in. That's what locks it in. So you're gonna have to do this right here, and once again with your door handle. The only thing I'm doing is I'm carefully just gonna try to squeeze my flat tip in there and then push this lip over. And once you can do this, I'm sorry guys, I know you're still zoomed in that close. And once you can do this, this will slide out. So boom, right over. You may have to do it on both sides actually. Oh come on, stop fighting me. So it's over. Boom, just like that. Now I'm gonna just try to pow. There it goes. Oh, well, it also came off the lever end of it, but that is going to be your lock mechanism that goes onto both the lock on the outside and the lock on the inside. So keep that, save that, safe keeping. And now we have one more same kind of locking mechanism for our door latch for the inside. It's gonna be right there, as y'all can see. So I'm just gonna do the same thing and see how I pushed it and it came forward. Essentially now you're just gonna do the exact same thing, carefully trying to, you don't want to break these. Mainly because I don't think you can buy new ones. So just kind of carefully lift and push at the same time, trying to get this off of this piece of metal, like yo. And then we're just going to try to do the other side enough to where we can slide this bad boy out. Like so. And just like that, there's your door mechanism to unlock your or to open your car. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean this like it hasn't been cleaned in 50 some odd years. And learn why it is not acting how it should. Right now it looks like my lock's on. That's simply what happens. So now what's going to happen is I'm going to move over to where I have a more clear open spot, and I'm just going to clean it with brake cleaner, a flathead, a file, you know, just kind of go through it and try to get it as clean as I can. And then when I feel like it's ready, what I'll do is I'll use white lithium grease on all the spinning parts, all the parts that move a whole lot, mainly because you don't want these parts to go bad and start to rust up, or not to rust up, but to freeze up. And it looks like our issue is actually within our lock mechanism. So what happens is this should be pulled up, and since it keeps falling, nothing gets pushed. So I'm gonna have to look into that, see, figure out what's going on there. Might be just a kind of loose pin. So enough talking. I'm going to do a time lapse of me cleaning this, getting everything nice and purdy.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on.
Alright guys, so I got it exactly where I want it right now. I know it's not pristine clean. Y'all see me try to sand a little bit of the rust out. And that's mainly because my window seal isn't completely sealed. So obviously some water gets in and out. But where it's at right now is perfectly fine with me. Now if you want to go the extra mile and take it apart all the way, good luck, have fun. I'm not doing that. I don't plan on chroming this. I don't plan on doing anything more than what I'm doing right now, which is simply just to fix the issue. This is a video for all the people out there who don't have the money and can't afford to buy a brand new latch system and just want to be able to drive their car and not have to look like a fool reaching in and unlocking the door. So now what I've done is we've went through, cleaned it very well, got all the major grease clumps up, and kept it where it's shining metal somewhat. So now the next issue at hand is to figure out why our lock is doing what it's doing. Let me get some of this. So to show you what's happening, I'm going to demonstrate it. So this right here is your lock. Okay, so when you pull up on your lock, you pull up, you see this right here, this bottom jaw. When you press this door pin in, it has to hit right here. And what's happening is I just let go of the lock. So now it's down. It's not staying up. So something's wrong over here with one of these pins. It's gotten too loose over the years. So now whenever you keep it locked, it doesn't lock. So what I plan on trying to do is I was looking at it. I only see 2 issues here. And they're going to be those 2 pins. It's going to be this pin and this pin. One of them is just too loose. I think it's going to be the bottom one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it over to the bench. And I'm going to hit it with a brass drift and a rubber mallet. Now I'm not going to swing as hard as I can try to close this because this is a moving mechanism. You need enough room where it keeps tension when you let go, but not so tight to where when it's time to lock it or unlock it, it doesn't want to move. It's a very fine line. So what I'll do is I'll go over there and I'll just tink, stop, tink, stop, tink. And what the goal is to get it to where I can let go of it up here and that not to move, because that's the only thing that's causing this issue. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over to the vice grip and figure this out. Alright guys, hang on, I can't. Alright guys, so I went ahead and took off the lock mechanism on here, just make my life a little bit easier. And yeah, so even as many times as the door wants to shut, this will no longer move. So it's good there, and I still am able to lock my door. Oops, sorry. And so what ended up being the issue was a combination of both this one and this one. Now, as y'all can see on the back, this one is concaved in. So I'd be careful when y'all do this. What I did was I laid my vice bench. There we go. Sorry, couldn't speak. What I ended up doing was I laid it like that, and then took my drift and hit it on the top. It made it easier. Whereas for this one, I just laid this one on the bottom because as you can just barely see. I don't know if I can actually see. But this one's actually a little bit raised, so I hung it just off like so, and would hit it on top. Now this isn't the only issue that can happen with these locks. Looks like that came loose a little bit. That's fine. I'll hit it one more time, just for safe measure. But another issue that can arise is this right here. This can actually get bent up. So what I did was I went ahead and took the precaution and hit it down right here. I hit it down to where it sticks out probably 3/1000 of an inch. That way it'll probably last me a good 10 years or so. But I'm very happy that this is fixed now. I am going to push it all the way up one more time and give it one more big smack on both rivets. That way this issue doesn't arise. And now the rest is easy. You just reverse everything that you already did and shove it back in there. Now I, on the other hand, have to find a something that will thread into this because mine didn't want to come loose. So I'm going to do that and then put it back together and test it out. Alright guys, so once you get to this point, I do have everything dialed in where I want it, and the tension is perfect for me. I don't feel like it's going to be moving no matter how many times I shut the door. So now is when the liquid wrench comes in, or otherwise known as white lithium grease. The reason why you want to use this is because this is just a lubricant, and you can use the hand paste stuff. This is just a spray bottle that I had laying around, so I'm just going to stick with it. And so essentially what you're just going to do is just go after the main parts, like right in here, because that's our mechanism for actually opening the door. Go right in there, and then right here. We'll do it both sides since this is kind of rusted up. And I think that's really all the spots. We'll hit right here too. What I like to do is I like to set, and the actual, try to get right in there. So what I like to do is I like to let it sit for a little bit, and then I'll come in and start moving all those parts around, getting it thoroughly in there, like so. I'm just gonna move them all around, try to get them worked in. Now I even take my finger and kind of take the excess and just kind of work it a little bit. See how smooth that's gliding now? Watch. Oh, it's not going to slide like that now for us, but it's definitely sliding a lot smoother. And that's just because you just added a lubricant to it. This will also help the longevity of the door latch system. And because back in the day, what they would actually do is they would actually when you go to take it to get maintenance, they would actually do this for you. Except for they wouldn't take it out; they would just spray inside and then work it a little bit, just to try to keep your door handles from getting locked up and letting silly things like what's happened here happen. So now what I'm doing is I'm just getting rid of excess grease. You don't have to do this. I personally like doing this because I feel like too much grease is sometimes a bad thing. Just like when you're cooking bacon. That's really what I go after. Because if you've ever cooked bacon before and had too much grease in it, what happens is it starts smoking. So now what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to get all this extra grease off, like on the back right there. That goes to the inside door handle mechanism. So now the only thing I'll do is I'll just kind of get all the grease off of it that I don't want in there. And now the only thing left to do would be reinstalling it and testing it out. So I'll show y'all, or I'll do a time lapse of me reinstalling it and show y'all the end product. Alright guys, so I only got 3 minutes left on my camera, and that's for, I think, recording. So what it's going to happen is I'm just going to go through, put all these things back on, how I took them off, and I'll show you all the end product once I get done.